is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you slap a like on this for me. Well, this whole manufactured story that Ebro came up with, where he had a story to tell about how he had a conversation with Drake at OVO Fest about the Joe Budden beef, and then he said that there's a rumor going around that Eminem's gonna diss Drake, and then Drake said, "Oh, I got bars for him." Obviously, this is now we know is a fake story, and Drake has responded by saying slow news day, and Eminem's manager also responded and said slow news day, and then Ebro came out and said it was just a joke. But you can't joke about that as a news source. Well, Drake took it to another level and addressed it at his Madison Square Garden Summer16 tour show date tonight and said, "Fuck Hot 97." He publicly said, "Fuck Hot 97," and then he said, "I'll do your show when you fire Flex," because he hates Flex, obviously, because Flex was trying to go in on him last year. You know, he really has a personal problem with Drake. He was helping out Meek Mill with his Drake diss, which backfired on him. So Ebro responded and said, "Yeah, he been mad at Flex." Oh, he's mad at me too. And he put crying emoji, crying, laughing emoji. Then Flex did the fake Flex threat. Ha ha ha, 7 p.m. Saturday. I got a story to tell. Drake, you gonna learn. Please, man. Flex has been a hater for the past 7 years. Don't get me wrong. Flex has been the man in the 90s and early 2000s. When he dropped a record, he could get your record hot just by playing it, dropping bombs on it. But, you know, as anybody, you kind of lose your steam after a while. I mean, he had a great 20-year run. But then he kind of turned into like a hater. He started going into these beefs with like Clue and then the Breakfast Club. And then he was defending Mr. C for being, you know, liking trannies. Then he was like going at Hove, like Jay-Z, and then saying like, "I can end your career." I mean, it was getting out of control. I'll get back to that. But, you know, this guy Flex is out of control. I mean, he doesn't have the power he once had, and obviously he's clinging to that, and he has a problem with it. So he's going to try to bring this Drake beef further now, and it's just getting ridiculous. So, like, Flex is the biggest hater. Basically, you know, he went in on Hove, 2 years ago, and he was mad at Hove because of like an app or something that he says Hove stole from him. Then he started claiming like, Hove, your website isn't shit, nobody cares about your website, it's trash, you can't move with me in this space. He thinks he's like the king website, when we know like World Star, Vlad TV, and other websites are way bigger and more impact. It's complex, come on. And then he's like, your app wouldn't have crashed the day your album dropped if you mess with me, that wouldn't have happened. And then he you know he's out of here, out of his mind when he says, "Don't think I can't ruin you." Talking to Jay-Z like that, Jay-Z, $500 million unstoppable Jay-Z. I mean, come on, the guy's already way beyond made it. So now he's taking on Drake. And we know his past hating things. You know, he had a problem with Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club just because their morning show was doing more numbers than theirs. He was like, I know everything that moves in that building. And then he was going in on Clue. Clue's over at the Power 105, the rival station. And he's like, "Oh, when you DJ, there's crickets." And, you know, he's just a hater. He's turned into a big hater. And especially last year with the Meek Mill beef. He went on stage and was performing. He was DJing at Jadakiss's release party, and then he just out of nowhere when a Meek Mill record was playing, he was like, "Oh, fuck that Canadian dude!" Fuck that Canadian nigga! And it was like, "Yo, dude, man, like, get off Drake's dick, bro. Like, you're a DJ. You're supposed to be kind of neutral with this stuff. Like, what did Drake do? Fuck your girl or something?" Like, That's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense, you know? Like, okay, you're riding with Meek Mill because, you know, he was real pissed about the whole writing allegations that Meek Mill came out with, and he was riding with Meek Mill. And I remember that day that he was supposed to have this Meek Mill disc when Meek Mill was on tour with Nicki Minaj. And then he was like, yeah, Monday or whatever day it was, tonight. And Meek Mill didn't deliver the record, and he looked like a clown. I mean, that was it for me. I was like, okay, Flex has no juice anymore. But, you know, we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. I have yet to see this video of Drake saying this, and it's been like 2 hours since this happened. I was waiting to get, like, video confirmation. I haven't seen it. So let's hope this isn't another trolling incident that Ebro and Funkmaster Flex manufactured to keep news circulating. I know, and they can get everybody to report on it because we look at Hot 97 as a credible station. So hopefully this isn't another trolling thing. We'll see very shortly.